Hello and welcome to Chisel and Bits sort of mod review thing. Uh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's get the yeah. What I'm going to do, I thought show this thing first 'cause it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is part of the Chiseled Me mod, and also going to be looking at the extra bit manipulation a little bit because I'm not really sure about that one. Uh, this mod though is basically an interesting one. Basically, you make these things called PIM containers, and then you get concentrate PIM essence, and then combine it with Dragon's Breath, and you can get these matter volume recalibrator, which will actually change all the way up to 1/4096th, and we can go all the way up to 16 times as well. So yeah, we can take a look. So yeah, you can see the tank there. So that's pretty big. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a character that's about as big as a giant actually. But anyway, this is kind of getting a little bit sidetracked. So there is this one, which is the grade one, which I've already got 2 in my inventory. Okay, so yeah, so that's a pretty cool mod. It's called, yeah, that's what it's called. So yeah, now aside from that, I should probably go and talk about the actual chisel and bits as well. So yeah, so what can you do with it? Well, the first thing is to say you've got like a grass block. You get this thing called diamond saw, bit saw, and you can just chop it in half. And this is kind of familiar as in terms of the old stuff, but instead of actually getting precise kind of things, like like a panel or a strip or whatever it used to be. Yeah, I mean it's still pretty. It's exactly the same thing, and then you can put that down and work away. Another thing to point out is that there's a lot of buttons. So what I've done is I've just done the grid snapped because that's always the best thing. Grid snapped. I just put them on JKL for half, quarter, and eighth, and I've ignored most of them. I think this one additive is quite important. That will be in the extra bit manipulation when I actually maybe I'll try and figure out at the end of this video, or I might just do it separately. But anyway, yeah, a lot of the other stuff is, a lot of the buttons are pretty meh. The menu is, I put on Y, and then just the rotation, I just put R and T just to rotate, because it makes sense. X, pretty common thing for undo. Most of the other buttons though seem pretty useless. So yeah. And obviously, so yeah, that. I thought it's kind of like, because I was just trying to work out how I'm actually going to use this mod, because there's loads of buttons. So yeah, I want to make sure I don't have these things. I don't want to accidentally use them again. But yeah, pretty powerful things those. And yeah, so you can obviously make the chisel, and then you can access the menu like this, and here you can actually choose the other things anyway. So, but really, I guess, like, and you just left click on it and it'll go into the bit bag here, and then you can see all the different stuff. And if you want to just get rid of the whole lot, you can drag stuff in, delete bag context, hold item to filter. So yeah, you can just, you have to click it a lot. I didn't actually mean to do that. That was a bit unfortunate, because it's gonna, I've already got some in there. So yeah, if you want to get stuff, this is the chiseled bit. This is the chiseled fluid bit tank. You just right click and you keep on getting the stacks, and it actually goes automatically into the bag. So yeah, and then yeah, so that's pretty cool. And for instance, if I wanted to start using, so I go to half cube, and yeah, if you basically left click with the chisel, you get rid of various sections of it. to actually place stuff, you select what it will do. Yeah, basically, yeah, what it will do is, you see, you've got the menu here. So yeah, so like I say, I'll just press, I'll just go for this, and then have like a half block of it, and then I'll do that and that, or whatever. Let's try something a bit more, like say this, right? Because it's inside the block space, right? That's inside the block space. No, it's not. Okay, let me just try and. That's the thing. It's kind of awkward to get it inside the actual block space, but right, we've got the block there, so that should be inside the block space now, right? Yes. Okay. So what you might want to do then is you take these things called the positive and the negative chiseled design. So we're going to go here and we'll just right click there, and you see it changed to this. So what it's actually going to want to do now, you see, it's actually showing here inside the block that I'm on top of, and that's why I did the rotate, so I can rotate this, because again it's not. So yeah, you can see it's not actually in the. It's kind of weird, the perspective, and what that will do, yeah, it didn't really work properly. The reason for that, though, what is the reason for that? I'm trying to remember what the reason for that is, because I was doing over here and I did kind of manage to get it to work. Yeah, the positive, it basically will just place what you want. I think it's to do with the block space, really. Oh yeah, sorry, the reason for that, now I've actually just remembered, the reason for that is because I've got no bits left. So if you've got no bits left, it's just going to remove the whole lot, the whole block. So that's not what you want. So you can see this is just full of this. So yeah, so you always have to make sure, that's the thing, I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to have like this many bits, so, because obviously it's not going to last that long. So I've constantly been having to refill. If there's a way to auto refill it, which I imagine there probably is with, like, like dimensional transceiver or something. But yeah, but then you can go to an actual block, and you see that will do the positive, and you can see, and I did actually get it correct. So yeah, so I could, just make a little pattern like that, and then I might want to rotate. There we go. That's not bad. There's a little gap there. I don't know why that is. But yeah, and then similarly for the negative chisel design, let's just get another thing of this. Yeah, similarly for the negative chisel design, just grab a load of bits out of it. Take the negative chisel design, find the original thing here, which was, yep, there we go, and we can just right click there. We're going to save it. This does things slightly differently though, because what it's actually going to do is it's actually going to create like, well, you'll see, here we go. You can see the actual pattern is created but out of grass blocks, so that's an interesting kind of different way of doing things. So yeah, there's also another one, I believe, the mirrored. Yeah, I'd imagine it's pretty similar though. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, there's not really tape measure. This thing, I think it will rotate the blocks. Does it? There you go. So you can rotate the blocks with the wooden wrench. But yeah, there's not that many like tape measure, I guess. Probably fairly self-explanatory that. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. So let's see what's like to be the smallest. There's not much more I can do here. But yeah, if we so one interesting thing to do actually would be to do this. This is how I'm going to end the video, I think. So we'll go to just a single bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. Yeah, so we've got a single bit there. So I'm going to place that single bit like there. So let's see how big that looks when we go all the way to the very smallest size. Okay, we're miles away there. Let's Okay, we're gonna have to stand right on top of it. Okay, so we're just gonna go to the very small size one more time. So you can see it's literally it's you know it's like about as we're, yeah, I'm pretty far away unfortunately, and I'm not going to be getting there anytime soon. Well, I am actually getting there a bit quicker. But yeah, look, I mean, look how big that's a single bit. So that's pretty massive actually. If we go to 2048, get there a bit quicker. Yeah, realistically, it's way too. Those ones are way too small. Yeah, we're getting there a bit quicker now. But like this whole thing is like one. It's like one pixel, isn't it? It's crazy. But yeah, I think realistically, about 512 is probably about as small as you can get without it just being absurd. Yeah, even that is a bit ridiculous. We'll go just go to 256. There we go. So yeah, at least this will, you know, you can see the checkerboard pattern. But yeah, but this is a single bit at 256. So I mean that is, absurd. That looks like, that looks like 20 blocks tall. Well, they're probably 16, isn't it? But yeah, pretty awesome anyway. So yeah, anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.